Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel and welcome to your weekly love special. I'm going to be using a different deck for this reading. This is the Druidcraft Tarot. Very large cards, some beautiful depictions on these. And it's the first time using these, so it should be quite interesting. As always, it's a general reading, so some of the messages may resonate with you, some of them may not. Those that do resonate with you, the first thing that comes to your mind is what it's telling you to focus on first of all. At the end of the reading, I'll be pulling a Romance Angel Oracle card from Drawing Virtue as well. So if you just excuse me, I'll be channeling for your reading. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Split the deck into three. Okay, let's take a look. So at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, the King of Pentacles. We'll look at that again. We have the King of Pentacles. So this could be an energy or a person that's running through the theme of your reading, which could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus or a Virgo person. So I'll show you your cards. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the World. Three of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. So we have two tens within your reading, and we have the World card as well. So it talks about completions of cycles, and with the new beginning as well, the Ace of Wands. So some of you guys are potentially, now with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords on opposite sides of the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups sits right underneath the World card, it could be telling me that you guys are coming to the end of a cycle within a relationship with a earth sign. And bearing in mind, you know, the tens, they're always the end of cycles. So, you know, the Ten of Wands speaks volumes of like being burdened and being weighed down by certain things. And right above that you have the Ace of Wands. So not only have you got the completion, you've got the beginning as well. So you're also starting out on something new. That's exciting and passionate and creative. That's sat right next to the World card as well. Looking at the other Ten of Swords, I know the depiction's not always the best, but again, you know, I always tend to see a lot of positive side within the cards. The Ten of Swords can talk sometimes of betrayal and deceit, being stabbed in the back in some way. But again, looking at this, it's also the end of a cycle, so it could be an end of a way of thinking. It could be the end of a certain cycle within one's relationship and you're starting out afresh, you're starting out anew. It could potentially be the end of a relationship as well. I'm not going to dispute that, because, you know, we have endings and we have new beginnings and we have completions. And with it being centred around the Two of Cups, you know, strongly represents that it could be, you know, a partnership, friendship, could be a love relationship. So we have Three of Pentacles in this reading as well, which can talk about teamwork and learning something new. So it could be that maybe there could have been something new that you've learned about this person. Something new that you learned about yourself, maybe. You know, this is also a working card, and I know this is a love reading. I will try and keep it restricted to love as much as possible, and save everything for the generals. But you know, this could be you just throwing you all into your work at the minute and not necessarily wanting to have to deal with the Ten of Swords situation, because you know it can be quite painful. But with the Two of Cups sitting right underneath the World card, you know, I see this as a beautiful sign, really, because, you know, with the Ace of Wands sitting right here as well, it could be that maybe you guys have just taken your relationship to the next level in some way. This could be further commitment. So this could be an end, because, you know, the swords represent your thoughts, and the wands represent, you know, action and fire and things like that. So this could be just the end of a way of thinking within a relationship. You know, that could have changed. It could be that you may have been so set on certain ways of being and thinking, and that's now come to the end of its cycle, and maybe you're starting out now fresh. The Ace of Wands. So it can talk about adventure, passion, travel even. I mean, looking at this card, the sun's out with the Ace of Wands, and look at all these leaves. So, you know, it denotes kind of a spring feeling. So maybe one has a spring in their step now after carrying such a burden. Because the Ten of Wands is being burdened, being weighed down, having carried something for such a long time, but still remain strong. And the Ace of Wands, when you're coming from something like this to then something like this, you most certainly get a spring in your step. And it sits beautifully right next to the World card. So it's like, you know, you've achieved this. You know, you really have achieved. You've worked extremely hard. Extremely hard, to the point where you probably just felt like you couldn't even go on anymore. But the Ace of Wands suggests that, oh well, you've got so much more to look forward to. And the World card is just clarification that things are coming to completion. So, you know, it could be coming to the completion of a relationship, coming to the completion of a way of looking or viewing an outlook of a relationship, coming to the completion of just a certain cycle within the relationship, because it doesn't always have to be anything bad. And not forgetting, you know, we do have the King of Pentacles here as well, so this is like a, you know, an overall theme. This could be, you know, a person that is running throughout. This could be the Two of Cups is relating to. But also we just talk about stability and security, and it could be that maybe you've gotten to a point where, because you've worked extremely hard, maybe it is all like a new beginning now. There's lots of things to look forward to. Now you can be a bit more like the King of Pentacles, which is a bit more grounded, a bit more settled, and got a lot of secure, you know, because he sits on his throne, he's very secure, he's very stable. He's got his finances in check, and that could have been it as well. You know, this could be the end of this could have been what the burden was as well. You know, you guys could have been very burdened. I'm just very focused on the fact that the Two of Cups right here, which talks of union and partnership and friendship, also speaks to the number 2 as well. We have 2 tens as well, so the number 2 could be quite and even though the world is, it's not exactly you know, number 2, but I do look at these as new beginnings as well. So that's 2 new beginnings, 2 new starts. So the number 2 speaks volumes, really. You know, it could be that it's taken 2 years. But yeah, I am very focused on the fact that the 2 of Cups is sat very heavily in between these 2 tens, and they're not the most polite tens in the deck, I must say. It's not like the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles, you know, which all talks about like emotional abundance and or financial abundance and success. You know, these are the 2 heaviest tens within the deck. So I feel like some of you may have endured quite a lot of tension to do with the 2 of Cups scenario. But just know that it's coming to the end of that cycle. The hard work that you've put in is coming to completion. And, you know, the 3 of Pentacles, you know, it does talk about teamwork. There's lots of... I mean, there is people in this card, but there's only one person doing the work. And again, it just feels like maybe it's supposed to... It normally talks about teamwork within with the 3 of Pentacles and craftsmanship and learning something new, learning all new skills. But when I look at this card, I feel like maybe this is more of a teacher who's teaching people a way, who's forging a path and creating something. So this could be you, and it's almost like you've made your mark, you know, and you're kind of like showing people the way in some way. It's almost like it's almost, I'm not say proud of what you've achieved, but at the same time I do see that, you know, there's people here that doesn't seem to be giving you a hand either. So, you know, you're just doing all the work on your own. You've got some people stood around you who, I guess, who could be potentially offering help, but they're just stood there watching. They're just surrounded by you, and they're not exactly helping you out in any way. So I feel like for some of you, you might have felt quite alone in this situation, which explains why, you know, there's only one person here that's carrying all the burden. Only one person there that feels like they've been betrayed or got all those swords in the back. But again, it couldn't work out perfectly, more perfectly really, with the World card here. You know, just to confirm that this is definitely the end of these awful burdens and cycles that you've endured. You've got this beautiful, beautiful new beginning ahead of you here, which is the Ace of Wands, which is like the spark of a new creative endeavour, adventure, ambition, just excitement. It's a beautiful thing to come out of. Because what do you want to see after the 10 of Wands? You want to see the Ace of Wands. That's just confirming the new beginning. Definitely. And this could be a new beginning in a new partnership, a new friendship, and just a new creative endeavour. You know, it could relate to work. If a lot of you focus a lot of your love towards your work, could be the start of something new at work as well. Oh yeah. Let me pull you a Romance Angel Oracle card clarification. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm seeing this very much as a positive reading, even though we do have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, because it talks about that time of completion, coming to the end of those cycles and starting out anew. Okay, I'll pick this card. Okay, so the card that you have, Scorpio, is Passion. Allow your heart and your soul to sing with joy. And maybe it is ready for that now. I mean, if this is something that you've endured for quite some time, it's about time that you endured passion. You've got some passion, and the Ace of Wands speaks highly of passion. It's the most passionate card within the deck, along with many ones that you come across really, but you know, the Ten of Wands character is not feeling very passionate at the minute. The Ace of Wands is all about passion. When you look at this card, it just screams beauty and vibrance and passion, excitement. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, I hope you like that reading. If you could please leave any comments or feedback in the comments box below, I'd very much appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's week, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.